So welcome to this week's version of Hot or Not. Look, usually we discuss the biggest topics that's happening around the league, whether it's on the court or off the court. So there's only one place that we have to start, and that's with Dame Lillard. Coming for both the Clippers, Pat Beverly and Paul George in both his post-match interview and later on IG. Look, we're not going to get all the other parties involved, the sisters, the wives, everybody. I want to focus on Dame because he's a very cool guy. But don't mess with Dame Dollar on the court or on the mic. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say. He's arguably one of the best closers in the NBA. He's an all-round offensive assassin. So, Ryan, I'm going to come to you. This is a guy that you do not want to make angry. Whether they meet again this season is another question. But the Clippers are messing with the wrong one when it comes to Dame Lillard.
Hot.
Yeah, you have to tell me why, brother.
Yeah.
Tell me why.
Because
tell him about Dame time.
Do you know what it is with Dame? Like, you realize, Dame, he's not afraid of the moment. And someone that's not afraid of the moment, you don't want them to have that, like, you don't want to even give them the opportunity to want that moment. Like, it's almost like you're waking like a sleeping bear. And then once you've awoken them, then it's over with. So just like what he did to Russell Westbrook and Paul George doesn't want to see him again. He's on the Clippers, so he knows what happened last time.
Ooh, I see shots fired already. Mo, I watched Dame step into the bubble the next night and drop a 50-piece against Philadelphia. Look, he seemed like he wanted to prove a point. Look, an angry Dame, I've said it over and over again, the guy doesn't need any extra incentive. That's not any opposition. That's not a guy anyone wants to see. So, Mo, is this a hot take?
No, man, this is a cold take. This is an ice cold take. Let's be real for a sec. As good as you think Dame is, and as great as he is in the big moments, that doesn't mean anything to the Clippers because the chances are he might not even make the playoffs. And if he does, they'll lose to the Lakers in the first round. Even if they get past the Lakers, they then have to win the semifinal before they meet the Clippers in the conference finals. And by that time, it's not going to be an OKC team which has no jump shooters and it's just Paul George and Russell Westbrook who were both paying for shoulder surgery during that Game 7 that they had last year that everyone makes a huge deal out of. They're going to get destroyed by the you guys want to... Everyone wants to talk about Dame Lillard in that shot. That was a fantastic shot, no lie, last season, right? But the day after that, Russell Westbrook went for 2 surgeries and Paul George went for 2 surgeries. So really, it's not that big a deal. This beef was personal between them. They had their game. The Clippers were trying to let Portland win that game. Doc Rivers rested Kawhi. The fourth quarter, he rested all of his starters. Dame Lillard missed a big time, missed a point at his watch in the fourth quarter. He gets to 20 seconds left, down 2, misses 2 free throws. That's not called Dame time. That's called choke time. So now what? Ooh. They've messed with the wrong guy. The Clippers should be scared. What's he going to do? Get a mic in his hotel room in Disney World and record a diss track with Patrick Beverly? Is that what's he going to do? What's he really going to do? And they don't need to be worried because Portland aren't going to get him any better help to build a better team around them.
Mo, calm down. Yeah, I know you got bars. You don't want that smoke. Okay, I know you got bars, but you don't want that smoke. I'm just gonna say, Ryan is ready to go for you.
Dame is my guy. I've got a lot of love for Dame.
You can't say all of that and then say Dame's your guy. You can't do that.
Hey, you can be my guy, but if you play badly on the court, I'm going to roast you in the exact same way. You get me? I'm judging the performances on the court. What I'm saying is, it's not a problem for the Clippers. What the Clippers have done, they've created a problem for everyone else Portland's going to face. But to the Clippers, they've got no reason to be worried because they're not going to face this guy. What the Clippers have done...
Yeah, they got the easy way out.
Yeah, they might have created a real problem for the Lakers, but they haven't created a problem for themselves. They're chilling.
Mo, Ryan's ready to go for you. So I'm just going to tune Ryan up nicely, but I can get BJ. Yeah. A lot of people are questioning whether Portland are a legit threat in this sort of bubble in the Western Conference. Do you see a rejuvenated Dame being a threat to, let's say, the Lakers at this moment in time?
Wow. Well, I'm still trying to digest what Mo just said here because that's my man, Dame Dollar. Now, as a player, let's wipe that off because it's getting a little hot in here.
Hot. I feel like I was in the studio.
That wasn't true.
Dame is my man. I don't think this is a hot take, though. I don't think this is a hot take. Reason being is because Portland, they're not going to see the Clippers. They're not going to see the Clippers. In this, if they do see the Clippers, it's going to be in the conference finals. And I don't really think that, when it really boils down to it, it'll be Dame Lillard versus Kawhi Leonard. Versus Kawhi. And I think, right now we know what Kawhi is capable of doing. We know Kawhi is, he's a monster once you get to the playoffs. So, there's a lot of talking going on and all of those things. However, we can't discredit what my man Dame is doing. Dame always has a chip. And the one thing about Dame is Dame doesn't need any motivation to play. And that's the one thing I respect about Dame more than anything else. He brings it night in, night out. And even though he missed those 2 free throws, without question, he did. How he responded in the next game with 51, that's a real. And let's keep it real. Dame is real when it comes to this basketball. You can't make every shot, but Dame is going to take every shot. Make no doubt about it. So, I understand you're not going to always, I think it was Michael Jordan who said, you know what, you're going to miss all the shots that you don't take. Well, we know Dame is going to take them shots, and he ain't running from no smoke. So I just want to make sure, Mo, that come on, man, give that man his love. That man there, he deserves that type of respect.
I'm not saying Dame's not great, and I'm not trying to disrespect him. All I'm saying is if you want to have this reputation of being a crunch time performer, if there's 20 seconds on the clock, you've got 2 free throws, no one's guarding you on a free throw, Dame, you're one of the best shooters in the world right now. How are you missing not 1, but 2 free throws at line, especially when in the first half of the game, you was talking smack to Patrick Beverley, saying, I want you out here. He said, Patrick Beverley, I want you out here to try and guard me. But guess what? The free throw line was the only thing guarding him, and he missed both of them. So we all know what Dame is capable of. But if you're going to be Mr. Fourth Quarter and Mr. Dame Time, why are you missing free throws?
All right.
You can't make excuses for it. It doesn't matter how many points you put up against the injured Sixers side. You can't make excuses for missing free throws. Even Shaquille O'Neal, terrible free throw shooter throughout his career, but the one thing that Shaq did? He made them when it counts. And when you're a team that's trying to get into that 8th seed or trying to get into them playing positions, they needed to win that game to make their lives a whole lot easier. And they fumbled the bag on that game. They fumbled it big time. Me, because Doc Rivers was trying to let them win it. Well, it did count, though. You say he's going to make them when it counts, but it did count. What was that? They weren't counting the record of that game. Was that a warm-up scrimmage? That was a real game.
Come on.
With real implications for the seeding.
Oh, come on.
I don't get how you guys are making excuses for free throws.
Well, you make free
throws. It to be perfect.
You can make free throws.
Yeah.
But Dame is a great player. I've seen him pull up from half court and hit shots. But why is it the 2 free throws he missed?
Everybody's going to miss it.
Are you telling me that Michael Jordan in that situation is missing those 2 free throws? You telling me Kobe Bryant in that situation is missing those 2 free throws? You telling me Kawhi Leonard in that situation?
Every player who's played has missed shots in key moments. No doubt. That's what makes you a great player. You take those shots, you take those opportunities, and the fact that he was there with an opportunity to do it, he didn't run from it. He showed up in the moment.
Of course, he's going to show up. It wasn't Kawhi Leonard guarding him. It was Rodney Magruder. Tell me Rodney Magruder's stat line.
All I know is Dave is going to show up at that run.
Do you know why I'm here?
When he come on, I'm just going to sit. What?
Do you know why I'm here about this? Because I really wanted to see Portland in the playoffs. I really wanted to see them win that game. And I was so disappointed that they didn't, because they should have won that game by at least 10 points with the players that they had. I don't know what Ryan's trying to do, bust a little migraine skank in his room or something right now. But, I'm really rooting for Portland.
Oh my God.
I'm rooting for Portland. I want them to win. But I have to treat Dame the same way I treat every other player in the league. And that is, in all fairness, criticize when they play badly or miss big shots. I would say the same thing about a player on the Celtics, about a player on the Lakers. You can't miss free throws, especially when you're in a desperate hunt for the 8th seed there.